Document delivered.
So, this is the man he have researched on the web for me, huh? I never thought I would be aware of this info on this blank doc for the first time, but I guarantee it. It's about time we should to turn on the next page.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be talking about a user that I met back in 2020 to 2021, which is also known as a user named Juju Shehadeh. This message is towards him, and some few people might lose interest of him, but don't worry, this is just from advice. Because if you like this user, I suggest you don't trust this user at all. But anyways, let's get started on the whole story on how this happened.
Who's that criminal you may or not remember facing behind this insolence? Strange momentums were questionable to go on the impactful damage of his life as the whole internet's most wanted user we've browsed on screen throughout the previous generation. Let's have a talk before we let my partner Julian get his turn to speak while diving into it about his origin, where he was born to live in wrong place online. It's the least we could do to offer. In case you're confused of this pseudonym, Shehadeh is a masculine user aged 20-year-old, living in the United States at his birth on the 3rd day of July, registered on his backup channel to join YouTube in February 2nd, 2023. This was the aftermath of his old account that got terminated for an unfavorable use of copyright materials by respective owners, even if every company was told not to block nor copy strike any of his videos. He credited all in each description. People who's on Senor Quindom's Discord server believed he disappeared once he figured out that YouTube's copyright takedown and on classic content made for entertainment, and started celebrating over the absence as it lasts a year and a half to create new channel until he respawns just once. People wasn't proud of what they expected to see. They thought he gets what he deserved to misbehave like a toddler somewhere else in the parental property. On his current account, what he uploaded weekly are randomized, such as his SRS that abbreviates to Sparta remixes, horror variants of logo remakes, that is a raid of every childhood and golden era of 2000s. When his content passionates his fans to watch for entertainment in hours, rather carry away to be so-called awesome YouTuber in Gen Alpha, the sympathy is not only the interest he had gained in the pastime. More to approach even further on the dark side of this. He also interests in his drawing session onto mature exploitedity he prepared to disturb very first victims on Discord. But before it was his attempt to commit his first crime, he grown sufficiently to hear of a creator of an animated webtoon within stages of wackiness and humor, Matthew Littlemore, under his username Animator320. According to Wikipedia, Littlemore occupies 2 his additional jobs as being an animator, a voice actor, and a story writer for his show he created at the location dated its joining the platform back in March 6th, 2017. The day was when he begins to work out as a YouTuber by uploading the episodes of Cartoon Mania and releasing the movie based on the original story. Shehadeh encourages to be a huge fan of this franchise, like other viewers and public audience, that it popularizes Littlemore's channel with a hit rocket of 10,000 plus subscribers. To a confusion, we must head up what's behind the series about in this fandom. Cartoon Mania is an animated webtoon created by Littlemore. Production of the series originally began in 2016, with the episodes originally being showcased in his school. The series would later make its official online debut on August 8th, 2017. It was animated in OpenOffice 2.2, a discontinued software intended for word processing, spreadsheets, etc. Littlemore voiced a majority of the cast. He would use an iPad to record his voice. The series revolved around an animator living in a house with his original characters and the antics/chaos they caused. Not to mention one only canon ship for these 2 underage characters having a crush on each other. Shehadeh's mind blows up at its finest misery over extreme SG on them by all meanings of setting up age-restricted fan fiction of both into that PNG file where they have sex outside while the moon rises in the sky. To fill this initial, SG stands for sexual grooming that definites an allegation of attaching with an infant that a predator protects to manipulate for a mental experiment. Wherever and whenever the occurrence handicaps their emotions, they could use these to react to such sensitive touches on personal parts of a human body. That censorship of this imagery must be shown later in this video, which this is the time we'll find out the proof Julian will investigate. Let's introduce him into the big screen.
Back in 2020 to 2021, me and Shehadeh used to be friends back for 4 to 3 years ago, where I thought he used to be nice, but since everything went downhill, this year he has completely lost his mind, and I have completely had enough of his toxic behavior. He brainwashed me to support Matthew a little more because he was shipping minors, which was very disturbing to see. I literally don't support Matthew Littlemore because in 2023, I stopped becoming a fan of him. I just realized that he's just not that good anymore. He's just downright bad. But anyways, this image shows of Yosef shipping Jojo Violet from Cartoon Media, which I hate and despise its creator, shipping it with Victoria, the puppy, which, if you are not a fan of Sarah Splits, or if you watch the Sarah Splits drama, this proves that Yosef makes the most weirdest ships that have grown to underage characters to this day. I never support Yosef on what the fuck he has done to me either. And the next screenshot shows that he also drew a private part, which I had to blur out because it reveals that he draws pornography, as he might be still addicted to not safe for work. I don't support what he does or what he is doing right now. This person seriously needs some help or live his normal life right now. And he's also seriously out of his goddamn mind. Here's some other screenshots by my former friend, which is annoying, named Colton. It shows that Yosef wants to become a better person, but in reality, he's just begging Senior to unban him, and he's just not gonna let you in anymore. He's literally not gonna let you in, Yosef. Just grow up already, okay? Anyways, these screenshots were from Senior, as Yosef's behavior still continues on like a total man-child, because his behavior is just too obnoxious, very childish, because he thinks that he stopped doing it years ago, but in reality, he might do it again. And here's some proof that Yosef is somewhat still a man-child and not taking others seriously on how he's still been acting this way. And I feel like he needs a lot of medical attention, or what the fuck he has done, like enraging all caps like a big crybaby. And he definitely needs to work on his behavior more than sitting on his lazy ass watching Cartoon Mania all day, which I still don't support Matthew Littlemore and Animator 320 on what the fuck he has done to minors. These screenshots were by Stephen Main, Coolcoin, and Kevin the Roblox Noob, but I gotta give a warning to you. This might be very cringe and very disturbing. Look at this. Just look at this. I don't know why. Just why. But anyways, we're gonna get on to some responses of the users that are against Yosef or Juju Shehadeh. First up is Senior Quindam's response.
I will thank Julian for spitting the facts on Shehadeh's autology right here. I feel free for this naughty predator forever. At the proudest moment to wait all along that he could get nothing else to arrange things during this toxic itchy relationship has been said. Again, I'm divine on my seriousness to take notes over Animator 320, world's worst inspiration who created the show Cartoon Mania, And rather than juminating each other or hiding the fact he stalked me on YouTube ever since another account he made just to fool us around, which was logged in. The evidence may be coincidental to highlight the meltdown on NSFW content creation out of minors, drawn by himself, because the heart's come to mean something about the sexual desires that he's been familiar with. Not forgotten, I see the lewd picture of Becky chipped with golden from Festival V. Note that Shehadeh was the second person who had committed sexual abuse, pedophilia, support, pornography, etc. You remember when he secretly talked to Stephen that he waited for too long to befriend me on Twitter. He doesn't know what to exact anything but to ask him the conditions. He could think this will make up to me like the fan does as a gift. And later on last summer, he attempted to chase me in my social media, even though he got blocked from navigating in the web browser. Like Jesus Christ. Man, I don't even wish to tell one per profile picture apart. That is a non-gruesome copy of his accounts. An absolute fail line. Suspiciously eye swap cameo. May Juju clones belong to the garbage. This happened on July 2023 when he found me on the community post. He never became welcome enough to my channel due to this incident, meaning he had done this and redoing this and redoing in the present. In his slow defense, he's waffling on this nonsense and acts like it was all from the past, considering this outline to go on the proof. He was gonna improve himself to behave back then, and at this instant he's transformed into the actual fraud he has ever been to every user who also left him behind from manipulating after the drama. If everyone was right about him, for the past to the future, and so do I. As of now, we get our chance to head up something of what we are ready to benefit with this grand conclusion by following together online. Words for my nemesis here. You will pay for brainwashing my moderator and attempt to sexually exhibiting the minors. To accordingly face your facts and consequences, we'll dial the number and for the appeal to the FBI coming right away to arrest you for life.
Thank you, Senior Quinum, for your fantastic and beautiful response. Anyways, this next response goes to Rena.
To be honest, I never heard of him, but after what Senior Quinum and Julian VA said, I started to be disgusted for what he did. Not only he created the ship called Bocce X Golden. This ship contains a little girl being loved by an orange adult, which is problematic. Please fix your behavior.
And that is definitely true on that. Thank you, Rena. As we discovered something more disturbing on what he has done on social media, he has drawn not only pornography out of Cartoon Mania or Festival V, he has been uploading on YouTube on his old account. But there's no evidence here. It probably must be lost media because I haven't took the screenshots of it because it was probably back in 2019 probably. But without being said, there is evidence of Yosef posting Rule 34 out of Cartoon Mania. And he also posted it on Rule 34 Pahil. Most of it are blurred and really traumatizing to look at. Actually, all of it is blurred, but I better give you a warning. The following evidence contains these following signs: lolicons, child porn, pedophilia or rape, or incest, etc. Watch it as their own risk. Yep. Oh my fucking god. This is really traumatizing to look at. What in God's name has he got into? Seriously. You see this shit that he brought to the table? This might probably be the worst mistake anybody has ever made. He basically drew porn out of minors just to be like Animator 320. You really think you were growing up as Animator 320? I don't think so. He's already been a pedo. Seriously, he's a pedo still. And I think you're becoming one of him. And this is why nobody in hell is gonna trust your perverted behavior as you were so childish. But get ready, Yosef, because there are some more people that are gonna lose interest in you, and some of them are gonna have to talk to you about what the fuck you have done in the past year. We're not giving up just yet, because we aren't done yet. This next response goes to my friend IgorX04.
Hello, my name is Igor. Some people who know me and some people who do not know me from the Binding of Isaac community, my buddy Julian was brainwashed by that awful and pathetic excuse from a man named Juju Shehadeh. And he's even worse than Almar Ultra, which is the creator of the Bob and Bossip Friday Night Funkin' mod, if I might add. So if you see his account or any social media account and he's in, I recommend that you report him of his behavior and block him that any means for the good internet society. I mean, come on. Isn't that not hard to be brainwashed and not to groom minors? This is such a disgrace to human society. And that's all I have to say. And please don't blame Julian for this. Blame Yosef/Juju Shehadeh, who brainwashed my friend Julian for unwanted SP/child porn or some shit like that. This is IgorX04, or Igor for short, and I'll see you around. And P.S. Juju Shehadeh/Yosef, why don't you just hang yourself around the noose, or in other words, kill yourself?
But in reality, I wouldn't say kill yourself. You could just quit social media. But that was pretty much a good response, Igor. Thank you. This next response goes to Joe Vitter, which is my close friend.
Hello. I heard about Juju Shehadeh back in 2020, but I didn't meet him in the first place. After that, I just heard that Juju Shehadeh/Yosef brainwashed Julian, and I was so shocked about what Juju Shehadeh has done, some shitty things. I'm so disgusted about what he did, some not safe for work out of Cartoon Mania and minors. It's fucking disgusting, even though I don't support Animated 320 that he was a pedo. And I hope that Juju Shehadeh gets a lot of pay for what he has deserved because of his actions. So Juju Shehadeh/Yosef, if you're reading my response, fix your fucking actions and fuck you.
Thank you, Joe Fitter. Anyways, this next response goes to my friend Great Pat 58.
Why, Juju? I mean, I cannot believe he draws some disgusting draws out of Cartoon Mania or something. As well as things like whatever those shit bar is. Plus, I heard he even drew Bucky X Golden, which some or most say that she is underage, which is my honest reaction was to this information. Anyway, yeah, Juju or Yosef or whatever. If you are reading this, either fix your fatal mistake, maybe you did, but something still needs to be fixed, or leave the internet.
Thank you, Great Pat 58. Thank you. There are also some evidence of Yosef's fans, which are basically white knights, and they are actually supporting him on purpose, not gonna lie. This post made me laugh for some reason, and for some reason, because how childish his behavior is, like, grow the fuck up, you man-child. Senior catches Yosef on 4K, and as Yosef cries like a big man-child in all caps as usual. Yep. That's totally him, alright. You cannot make this shit up, people. Yosef is just literally crying like a man-child how I cut ties with him, and his behavior is still gonna be continuous. His reaction is literally hilarious to me on how he acts. I mean, like, seriously, just face the fact that you made this shit on purpose, you Felix account wannabe. Like, you seriously need to face the fact that you seriously ruined my life. Yosef chatted with an individual which was somewhat younger than him, But the anonymous person thinks that he pranked Yosef by showing that he was 14 back in 2020. And now in this year, in 2024, he is now 16 years older in this year. And here is the screenshots that I have with him so far. Like, this is just... okay. Here we go again with his obnoxious childish behavior again. He was getting mad over some person on Discord because he got mad about a prank that he did to him. He knows damn well not to yell at all caps all the time. He was friends with, or he was probably dating a minor at that time. If you date a minor at that time, you'll probably might get in trouble. And you could face some serious consequences about yourself, Mr. Shehadeh. It's literally about time you need to get some therapy on Discord. Anyways, here's my friend Reddy the Dino's response.
I just don't even know what am I saying about this point. I'm speechless just to look at random things and disgusted. I might be nice on the outside, but this is way too far. I think it's for the best if he either change his actions for real this time and leaves the internet. But still, I'm speechless and disgusted.
And I feel your pain. A lot of us are. Thank you for the response, Reddy. Anyways, here's my friend Nathan's response.
Juju, you are so done. After what you did was unforgivable. You are nothing but the worst person I've ever seen. You should be ashamed of yourself, and you need to leave the internet permanently. How about you go shut down your stupid advice and ask for a job, you lazy ass. You know, I used to watch your old videos, but not anymore. Goodbye.
Wow, I love that response. Thank you, Nathan. But anyways, here's some more evidence about what includes 1, what he has been doing in roleplays, which also counts as child pornography / lolicon and etc. This is getting way too traumatizing for others to watch. He has sent in an image of a woman with a pink dildo strap belt image, as in seen here. Yosef, are you fucking kidding me right now? Because of your perverted pedophilia against minors. This just gets worse and worse every time you make a roleplay like this. Because you make other stuff like this, and you will get in trouble, but you never listen, do you? I bet you fucking don't. You fucking perverted asshole. Even you don't give a fuck about what you did. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. You seriously need some medical help, my guy. But anyways, this next response comes from Stephen Main.
Hello. I remember meeting you back in 2020 when you even helped me to join to official festival B server. But unfortunately for you, I decided to change my mind from being friendly and separate with you because of what you did before, like drawing not safe for work stuff and broke your promise several times. That's why I don't want to get along with you anymore. Now go find someone else or just do not be on the internet. That's all my words for you. Farewell, Juju.
Thanks for that response. Trust me, he deserved it. This next response goes to Creation 10003. I don't forgive you. You're a rapist? You ugly bastard. And no wonder why you get no bitches. And all you do is child pornography. Yeah, that's true on that. He is, definitely. Anyways, this next evidence will shock you. He was having a weird and very uncomfortable roleplay with someone which the name goes by SML Cartoon Mania. As I still don't support the creator, Matthew Littlemore, And it appears back in that year, he was doing this to an 11-year-old boy on Discord. Oh my goodness. This is just so fucking wrong in so many levels. Oh my god. I can't believe any person would do this type of shit on this rate. I am so disappointed or very pissed off with this sexual behavior, as he was a pedophile back in 2020. And I think that this year, that this Discord user seems to be about like 15 years old, in his teen years before the incident. This is exactly why nobody is gonna trust him at all. This next evidence shows the humanized version of Yosef, as he was completely exposed in this drawing, and therefore he had his private part, which I had to censor it out and rename the title of it called Sussy Boy. And no, it's not Among Us related, and I think Among Us was just back in 2020. Oh, seriously, you cannot make this shit up. This guy is literally sick in the head, and he is making the most perverted drawings of his characters or TV show characters as well, and to one of the most weirdest drawings he has ever done. And this has gotten me to be a lot of problems with this man-child. This is very cursed and very disturbing to watch at the same time. But we have now encountered some more Rule 34 Bahia drawings that he drew. Not only did he do Cartoon Mania, he also did different cartoon characters from different TV shows or different characters from famous animated YouTube videos. Or video game characters too, as well. I might give you the same warning again, because the following evidence contains these following signs again, which are lolicons, child porn, pedophilia, and rape or incest, etc. Watch it as your own risk. Again. As you can see, there are more to this. And we don't know what God's name is into this. Like, what is this? Bro, does he even have any idea what the fuck he just did? He could traumatize anybody with art like this. He has eventually ruined my childhood of Wow Wow Whoopsie after seeing this type of bullshit. This guy has shipped minors with adults way too much. And he might be still obsessed with the fact that he loves to draw the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my goddamn life. I can't stand this fucking Felix the Cat wannabe anymore. This evidence also shows Yosef's humanized form, but his private part is expanded to be taller or bigger. And on this evidence, he is not wearing any clothes but shoes. This guy is starting to really get on my nerves. Just look at this. Why? Why would anybody trust someone as perverted as he is? And still, he fucking scars some people for life right now. I mean, words cannot even describe how much of your fans are gonna turn their backs on you on the weirdest and controversial shit you've done. This next response comes from Jeff981.
Hello. I heard about Juju. I haven't met him and heard of him before, cause I don't even know my English is bad. So he was drawing not safe for work Rule 34 artists and stuff, huh? Yeah, he was. So it was so disgusting of these artists not safe for work when I started to be disgusted, to be honest. Thanks for Julian.
You too, bro. Have a good one. Anyways, here's JC Cool 700's response.
Okay, here's my response to this user. I don't like his art, and he's a weirdo. And I hope that he will be banned on Discord, and he will pay for making me and my friends cringe.
You know, I kind of agree. His art is pretty cringe, to be honest. And these next latest screenshots was from my friend Jeff981 in their NSFW from today, I think. Here he goes again, posting more at Not Safe for Work on Discord. And this year, the top row has 2 pictures of Not Safe for Work, and the bottom was not safe for work content that contains nudity and sexual content. That also includes Regatha on the second picture of the amazing digital circus by Glitch. This person is seriously out of his goddamn mind, and he never learns because he is perverted. And he is still a pedo as we speak. And this next screenshot shows an image of Yosef sending the Animator 320 Bolchi Wolchi meme. Was totally weird and totally disgusting as he sent the Twitter link. Doesn't he realize supporting Matthew Littlemore would be the biggest mistake he might make? I bet this man-child doesn't even know that in the first place. And this is just dead serious, as this person is out right here. He sent me a link of Animator 320 sexualizing his own characters, which are Penny and Victor. Those 2 characters that a pedophile owns. And as he was belly dancing to his virus-like boyfriend in this video. Yosef, you need to get your shit together or either get the fuck out and live a normal life. And this next screenshot was from anonymous number 2. Here we go again. Here we have a picture of the famous viral mascot named Nyan Cat, which seems that Yosef has decided to ruin its character by using pornography shit. And we can also see Yosef or Juju Shehadeh freezing outside in the cold while it's raining, or being completely exposed with no clothes at all. To be honest, I hope he actually freezes to death. But not really in reality.
Time to recap this phase from the rant, because what we've heard recently is very clear. For those who didn't watch phase 1, I'll probably ask you to go backward and restart over at the timestamp. Yesterday on July 8th to July 29th, 2024, Senior and Julian are dedicating to discuss each other about Shehadeh being atrociously selfish at wronging people for what he did in the past on DM chat, and even feeling bad at reading the letter that has never and ever get along with him, and starting to tell some harmful threads, which the truth will actually hurt him and not the Discord owner himself. We all know that his saltiness reached up at the highest level of boiling temper, considering his future becoming vulnerable. From the beginning, Julian questioned his friend that he can send this PDF file for him by contacting him on Gmail. When Senior answered him, he told him that it was made as a Google Doc at that time, taking 2 months for his occupation of writing regarding the following messages. All right, before I'm going to send your message to Yusef/JC, I just need his Gmail so I can contact him. But question though, is it made as in Google Doc? I'm just wondering, Julian asked. Yes, it's in Google document. It was done for 2 months when I finished to type the rest and add a little more, Senior replied him. Although he got mistaken of this misspelling initial that is referred to a username under his real name Yusef, and decided to publish the file with a simple title read, this .pdf. After the foundings, Senior had either Shehadeh's Gmail or his new Discord account that is still active from last year. The next DM chat started on July 12th at 11:30 a.m., where Senior finally reveals his Discord name behind this tag for an unexpected friend request. Julian saw him showing the honest letter he'll be able to sound affirmative, to copy-paste the link and input to share it on the message bar. He also had listened to him after he was commanded to get this link sent for Yusef Edits 2023. This file to send him in DM. If you see him carefully, tell him to read it and resume. Make sure that this is understandable for him to be taken by force. Let me know if you gain a problem with him. The line was spoken to leave Julian's job to him, and at this instant, he starts working on it and gives his foe the best shot. 19 days later, the drama goes foreshadowing in the series, to the point that read this .pdf was posted in the rightful time to call him out easily. That attention should be medical and polite to his acting, that he got caught cursing him inside his comment for being schizophrenic. Unfortunately for Shehadeh, him and his ignorance to the letter that has left few responses by Senior Quindom as an official Discord owner, confronting these lies that got his life destroyed due to this crisis, had fell for an incoming impact to tuning up his volume. His comprehension filled a loss of brain cells and constructed a mental breakdown. Again, he overreacted by cussing out somewhere from this letter. In a meanwhile, Julian and Shehadeh confronts each other in an online argument at the end of the private chat from this screenshot. Luckily, Yusuf aka JS didn't even practice his reading for months like he's doing at the colleague during the English lesson, and severely telling nonsensical misunderstanding doesn't help him to know any better at all, whether the reality will deny his thoughts walking through his crimes. While he's separated away from Senor, he replies him back and challenges him into gigantic area of online fight zone. On YouTube, Senor's catchphrase triggers him in his own community post, obligating him to comport pretentious and to accuse him for cyberbullying 2 times. Literally, his fans who's on his side had their involvement with him and felt naughty to comfort him without any doubt. They even got disappointed that they assured themselves that he brought him up the second time, which isn't what he had planned to do so in particular. The guy who did a wiki page of Shehadeh and this custom fandom was named Tay Mason Spartan. He befriended him one time when he has first been around YouTube to look forward to his new YouTube channel and be his new subscriber. And to go around the darkest year for Shehadeh, the 3rd installment of Calling Out shown up on YouTube as a video file uploaded by this channel, Curio at the bottom, that was released on April 27th, 2025, over 319 views. The audience would have been attached and pleased of this video if this has already hit more than 1,000 views in total. Rena Animates, the gotcha tuber and the biggest fan of the popular webtoon Festival V, age 20 years old, has joined FV Top Online since last year of supporting the creator of this animated series. But she wasn't aware of Juju Shehadeh until both Senor and Julian told her from the start of the rant. Once she knew him, she has decided to make her video on her alt channel to expose him because of an insecure immaturity over mutual people. Main evidences that we investigated are Shehadeh's illegal doings in the future, and it titles the name of this video about him causing drama on YouTube. What makes him overrated is he's using his terms for regretting everything he committed, being forgettable to responsibilize the most damageful actions on the internet and manipulation in the past, still going further to harshlight others. I'll display the video for you to listen positively.
Juju Shehadeh, caught in 4K, well, being a man-child and stalking people. Let me explain why. His dramatic behavior wasn't playing, he is just starting to cause drama in front of Senor, right? So, he told someone to shut the F up. He didn't even do nothing. He's starting to do a very bad thing like doing man-children stuff and being a cyberbully. Wow, you messed up. And guess what? He trusted a pedophile. We know you're very messed up. His alts on his Discord server are just random people crap. Am I right? So, Juju, change your behavior and get this shit out of my face.
After the video ends, the commenter Dransword360F_New left his comment and agrees with Reina for her explanation. As Shehadeh, whether known as Yusuf, has reacted to this exposing video mentioning his obnoxious appearance, the video he has simply posted is a short clip of SML showing a man raging while holding a plush in his hand for no reason, alongside with an unnecessary title where the angry emojis are out of place. Anyhow, the low effort hasn't succeeded. It was so aggressive to his attitude for not handling hate for 1 second and a half. That means to his redemption, he'll manage to be in serious need of his anger management to endure several minutes of cooling down and disconnect from his SMs, initialized as social medias. Another attention goes to 3 commenters he have met, which is T. Mason Spartan, Bennett Abio Alt, and Com Official Channel. He gave them the link in his reply down below, shown Rena Animates video URL from her alt channel, by mistaking himself to tell them to trust something they're facing of, despite the fact that his messages from Discord chat, while underestimating Julian because of the way he misbehaves elsewhere in DM chat, were captured by Senor's community post he found before the tantrum packs, a grab of salt. After commenting is over, it was now Mason's chance to affront Rena from this misthreatening. Each part develops his different posts, locating him to defend the wrong person, such as his best friend, and act like he isn't the bad guy. It's real funny how you made this post, yet you have the audacity to bring up his past for nothing. Although my channel is considered as a drama-free zone, I'm making this post because this guy brought up one of my best friend on YouTube, his past. Listen, buddy, he's not causing any drama whatsoever. This was from the past in 2019 to 2020. He already regretted doing all those bad things and he does not do it anymore. So leave the poor guy alone. He hasn't done anything to you. Bringing up the past can drive them to suicidal thoughts. If this was already from the past, why would he date the minors that were groomed under age of adult using in NSFW-related art posts in the beginning? Well, my answer is really obvious. Remember when Senior broke up with Shehadeh at night, right after his relationship with him ended up in a cliffhanger? It went furious to see this predator hiding his secrets until being revealed during private conversation with members of Festival Server in general, so apparently one time violating Shehadeh verbally, he finally silenced him by blocking him. October 2020 was the epic moment Senior has ever experienced on Discord, and he has the right to stand up for himself with many ways to unfriend him and ways to abandon him. His life means a consistency of mental drama symptoms, MDS, past self, begging for forgiveness, promise breaker, casual monologue, missing responsibilities, dishonesty, manipulation, struggles to befriend a user, shock, hater, self-consulted therapy, future self, in-nonsense, lack of maturity, childishness, immatureness are both noun forms that can relate to immaturity as an actual adverb for the orthograph. Indoctrination, forbidden pedophobia, inflicting bad beliefs, mood disorders, overused terms for regrettable actions, daily defection toward internet. There are all of his health issues happening to him on web in the timeline of this controversy around 2SMs. This list provides MDS, a thingy invention, full drama overload, FDO, to emulate the untrustworthy handicap of traits that is against the percentage rating for his sanity, but it isn't the one thing that Shehadeh deserves to be disposed for. Traveling back in the year 2021, he kept going on another exploited business with CP since Rule 34. Victoria the Puppy, a character by Sarah Splits 20, must be the searchable victim found in this disturbing imagery's representation. And I'm sorry to say that everything he has promised went shattered in million pieces way back when he lied everything to Senior, warning him not to before it was too late. In July 30th, 2024 at 5:51 p.m., Julian released the whole exposed doc for viewers who's ahead to spread over illegal crimes online. Few persons except Ariel Draws took turns to leave their responses above to him, noting their punctual thoughts. Ariel Draws was the one of the least remaining people to be aware of Yusuf for the first time and instantly responds by ridding what he has to vocalize in the Sleddy Cat discount. Hello there, I may not have heard of him, but after I read the doc about his actions, I feel disgusted. The way he drew fetish CP of Animator 320's characters makes me want to puke. If he ever finds out about my socials, especially my Discord, I will block him, report him, and even call him out. He is not welcome to my servers at all anyways. And if he ever friended me on Discord, I will simply ignore him right away. Final words, Juju, if you are reading this, I hope you fall into the pits of fire in hell, because what you did is absolutely disgusting. Never come talking to me on my socials. Thus, I'll block you and call you out. Just fix your f***ing actions already. And f*** off, you retarded, degenerate bastard. The last response left in this doc was valid to give favorable points about Shehadeh's backstory. Shehadeh, under his account Rocket J Squirtle 2019, did a decision to ship her with Jojo Violet, a supporting character from Cartoon Mania, petting her in the forehead. The trauma bears to make this couple even messed up due to her age, revealing 4-year-old. The archival of lost medias came to spawn inside Julian's doc thanks to them. Here's what Julian said once he took a picture. Yusuf/Sleddycat was also doing Cartoon Mania pornography and posting it on Rule 34 Pahil. But before that, here's some evidence of Yusuf shipping Victoria with Jojo Violet, which proves that I think he still supports a pedophile, which is you-know-who. And that really made me feel grossed out. As a Webtoon fandom hater, I'm more concerning that he became a Matthew Littlemore alternative of Discord. It's no surprise that he was staying on the internet daily without logging off of his SMs. The series of other accusations brought itself against him in the Google Doc is 1. Unhinged Festival V fan artwork. 2. Nude drawing of furry humanization. 3. Showing Julian his lewd avatar. 4. Role-playing with a troll user. 5. Rage baiting. 6. Posting tweet. From August 10th to August 15th, 2022, an anonymous has found 3 screenshots of 2 users chatting about misreading the age of a unnamed teenager on DM. Depending that time he has turned into an adult last year, and how far role-playing went through. What I have said about Yusef's 1 of MDS is the symptom named forbidden pedophobia, to definite a specific disorder to a false fear of children lying about their age with an agreement to solicit a young male or a young female. He lost his cool over the prank after getting tricked by a user and asked angrily, why did it name 2007? When Yusef looked at what he typed for him, he has no willings to trust him with NFSW affairs. He was impressed, and he doesn't admit that he's dating a minor to be used for CP. He also lied for telling him that's agreeable to do and get along each other in a horrendous disaster. To the amount of years to live in the internet to suffer toward the execution, Yusef, aka Shehadeh, wouldn't stand a chance to outrun from the genocide, as long as the ambience would penalize him for making a strike. In August 4th, 2024, Shehadeh into his future self returned back to draw late NSFW under another account, Yusef Edits 2024 2.0. Julian has mentioned everything about 2 evidences both Jeff-A981 and Second Anonymous had sent in his doc. Ragatha from TADC appeared in the second imagery to the top while getting naked and quoting her suspicious line for a salutation. By the addition, her name was listed in a tag where she's introduced in every single art to be sexualized by few NSFW artists since the research on Rule 34. And lastly, we would look at one that Anonymous 2 had to send. The legendary meme character we have contacted our memory to keep, Neon Cat. Before the birth of this meme that was created into a YouTube video file, the origin describes about an animated GIF by webcomic artist Christopher Torres, releasing it in April 2nd, 2011. He combined requests from 2 different users in the chat, one for a cat and another for a Pop-Tart. The design was inspired by his own Russian blue cat named Marty. Torres originally intended to call it Pop-Tart Cat. This final wave of a Alleging In series was the day of 2024, the previous year of pedophilians, when he has merged Nyan Cat into this colored and erotic sketch with himself as a humanized persona. Hopefully, all of these infos that are explainable are the reason why he's still a groomer to every minor he can date, and it still means he lied to them that he'll actually change until it breaks the underwhelming future of his career, which is exactly nearing the last sequence he couldn't avoid. But to accomplish those, it did this paramentally. So Yusef doesn't address anything. He's out doing the whole time in the merciful arc, but later, in 1 month or another, on the circuit, he won't attempt to be viable to this debunk over child predatory his former friends had discovered to find the truth agreeable. Now, the 3rd phase is awaiting you on the next transition, allowing Julian to speak out loud and clear.
Yosef the drama queen is back yet again with some more childish behavior yet again. But this time he was raging over a user who told that he might get terminated someday because seriously he can't handle enough criticism and he can't face the fact that he is a literal man-child. Like, grow the fuck up already. Or just delete your channel. It doesn't matter if you're terminated or not, Yosef. Fucking man-child. I mean, he is true on that. And this screenshot also was him raging over his friends being bullied by Max and Daisy Forever, which is a YouTuber, as he is now being still immature and not handling enough criticism. Like I said before, grow the fuck up already, Yosef. Maybe take a break from social media platform, or don't come back to social media at all. And here's a few other screenshots that contain him acting like a man-child and still watching Cartoon Mania or Matthew Padomore related shit. Oh my god, this guy is... like, why do you even watch him? I'd seriously report him on YouTube if I were you, because if he can get any video copyrighted as we can report it, YouTube would seriously take him down somehow. This has been Yosef's biggest mistake, joining on social media back in 2019 to 2024. I honestly can't believe he's still there on his platform. He seriously needs to just get a life, and as he might still be a pedophile. Jesus. Maybe if he quits the social media accounts, it will make the world a better place without that child grooming maniac. And these next screenshots show that Yosef and Juju Shehadeh are still in Stefan Main's server. And he was never kicked or banned. He may be kicked out of there and can't think positive anymore. Even his alt and current, but I think he might be still on the server, or as he hasn't been kicked out yet. Maybe Stefan will make up his mind to kick him out. And this next screenshot was from Senior Quindom. So every copy of his account he created are all Juju clones. Juju Shehadeh clones. He has over 9 alternative accounts he has made, and he made him continuous more and more. However, he needs to do something else other than Discord, or better yet, he needs to do something else other than his own social media that I picked. Holy shit. He's still making Spartan remixes? I mean, I know it's not a problem to me, but it has been around since 2007 because it was from a really long time ago. I just don't like the fact that people overuse other Spartan remixes, like different remixes of the song. And I'm not saying that I don't like Spartan remix. It's just kind of overused on how people use it. However, this is my response to that pedophile, or also known as Juju Shehadeh. Yosef. I honestly can't believe you, buddy. Not only you stalked Senior Quindom, but you also have been forcing him to add you back into the Festival V server, which he isn't gonna add you back into at all. Your shit needs to end and your behavior, and people can't take it anymore with your immature whiny man-child behavior. In fact, you might have white knights in your channel that defend you and all, but when they watch the shit that you've done, they might lose interest in you, and you're not just behavior. You've been a complete child groomer, not handling enough criticism, raging at all caps like a toddler or a man-child, but get mad at me all you want. Get mad at me all you want, because this behavior of yours needs to stop. Take a break from the internet, or just delete your channel and your Discord or all your social media accounts, and start a new life and forget about us. We know what the fuck you're gonna do to us, and we know that you're gonna do it again. You have literally ruined our lives and my life. It would have been better if you haven't showed up in the internet because of your childish behavior, and I never want to see you ever in my life, ever again. I want the fuck you just caused. P.S. Good riddance, you bad influence of an annoying man-child like user. Thank you everybody so much for listening to this rant of Yosef or Juju Shehadeh or Slutty Cat. And all thanks for the people who have joined me in this collaboration rant video, which is Senior Quindom, Rena Animates, IgorX04, Joe Vitter, Great Pat 58, Ready the Dino, Nathan, Stefan Main, Creation 10003, Jeff A 981, and JC Cool 700. And this is Julian, over and out. See you later, and good riddance, Yosef.